Welcome to Module 3, Using Data to Illuminate the Instructional Core. You've explored your identity and purpose. You've learned the foundations of continuous improvement. Now comes one of the most critical and often most challenging aspects of this work, using data in ways that truly serve learning. Here's something we know. Data in education has baggage. For many educators, data-driven has come to mean test scores on spreadsheets, compliance reports, and deficit narratives about students and communities. But what if data could be different? What if data could illuminate rather than label? What if it could reveal assets instead of deficits? What if it could center the voices of those closest to the learning? That's what this module is about. You'll discover what Safir and Dugan call street data, the qualitative, observational, and experiential data that lives closest to students. The kind of data you gather by watching, listening, and asking rather than just measuring and sorting. Remember Discourse 1 and Discourse 2 from Module 1? Those concepts come alive in how we approach data. Discourse 1 treats data as objective truth, test scores that sort students into categories. Discourse 2 recognizes that all data reflects human choices, what we measure, what we value, whose voices we seek, and whose stories we tell. We are getting ready for the Plan, Do, Study, Act cycles in future modules. In this process, data is necessary, but not just any data. It requires multiple types of data that help you understand the full picture. Satellite data for the big view, map data for patterns, and street data for the lived experiences of students and families. In this module, you'll learn two powerful protocols. The ladder of inference helps you recognize how quickly we climb from observation to assumption to judgment, often skipping the critical steps of reflection and inquiry. The Atlas protocol creates structured space for collaborative data analysis, where teams examine evidence together before jumping to solutions. You'll map the data sources you currently use in your context. You'll practice noticing your own thinking as you analyze classroom data. You'll engage with interactive scenarios that reveal how easily our biases shape what we see and what we miss. Here's why this matters. The instructional core, the relationship between teacher, student, and content, is where learning happens. Data should illuminate that core, not obscure it. It should help us ask better questions. What's working? For whom? What's getting in the way? Whose perspective are we missing? When you approach data through an equity lens, you start asking different questions. Not just did scores go up, but did scores go up for every student, or did we widen gaps? Not just what does the data show, but whose data? How is it collected? And how did we interpret the data? This module will push you to slow down, to notice before judging, to seek multiple data sources before drawing conclusions, to center student voice and experience as legitimate, valuable data. It's not easy work. It requires us to question our assumptions and resist the urge for quick answers. As you move through Module 3, you'll have opportunities to apply these protocols in your own context. You'll practice the ladder of inference with real classroom observations. You'll plan how to bring the Atlas protocol to your team, and you'll reflect on how your identity and values shape what you notice in data. Your identity work in Module 1 grounds you. The continuous improvement tools from Module 2 guide your process, and now the data protocols from Module 3 give you the eyes to see clearly, to illuminate what's really happening for students and to chart a path toward equity. This is how the work comes together. Let's dive in.